funny how things change and people don't realize what was there and what came in, and because when you're born you just think that was automatically there and you don't really think about what was there in the past. Old school Joe. 2 coats here. Man, continue the theme of the week. It's really cold out today. I know. I say that every day, but honestly, with the wind chill today, it's like 20-some degrees out. So it's cold is what I'm trying to tell you. Continuing the historical photos. Ooh, got a little excited there. I am at the corner of Central Avenue and Franklin Street. And back in the day, boy, this place is really busy down here. That guy is... You are brave, sir. Brave. Woo! Wanted to focus on this corner because nobody talks about this corner all that a lot, except for the Colonel Drake being torn down, which basically I'm sitting in the lobby of the Colonel Drake right now in my car. But across the street was a Quaker State station. Back in, I think, the late 60s, early 70s, they tore it out. But it sat right there, right behind the arcade restaurant, and there was the old drugstore building. Before it burned, I should say. Here's some footage of me walking by it 2 years ago, where it was basically falling in. Yeah, something like that. But the Quaker State station sat there, and this picture, I believe, was taken in the 60s, judging by the cars, I'd have to say. But that's a station that don't really get talked about. I always remember it just being parking, and there's always, you know, signs that come and go on the side of the building here. Let me document it for 2022. Optical World and the Dance Reflection Studio signs are up. Hey, who knows in 5 years what it's gonna say. That's why I do this cool little stuff. But I seen this pic and I thought, where was this station at? And I have located it. Yes, West Central Avenue and Franklin Street. This is insane to think, though. I'm sitting in the Colonel Drake lobby, where one of the awnings went over. They're putting a community park in here. After they tore the burnt building down, there's going to be a community park, I guess, with benches and a walk-through where you can get onto Diamond Street, right straight across the H&R block. That, if you ever decide to get into the, wow, these people. I gotta love lunchtime traffic. Whew. Actually, that was quite entertaining. Yeah. Who just drives up on a sidewalk like that? Beyond me. Anyway, what I was saying, they are building a community park over there where a sidewalk's gonna go through, and there's gonna be trees and benches where you can go straight across. As H&R Block, you can see the H&R Block over there, right on the Diamond Street. Basically, you're coming out where the old barber shop was. Yeah, this is, man, oh man. And to think about where I'm sitting, let me paint you a picture. You are standing across the street. Here's the pic of the Colonel Drake. Do you see the front door? This is where I'm sitting in the old Nissan. That door right there is basically where my car is. But anyway, here's the angle of the picture you'd be looking at as I drive right by it. Boom. That's what you got. And then I gotta pull over to show you the next angle. Gotta brave the weather for this one. Here's the second angle you're gonna get of the pic. I think this pic was taken back in the early 80s, mid 80s, 90s. Boom. 2022. Back late 80s, early 90s. And the story is on the Colonel Drake. Oh, let me heat up a little bit. My back is humming. That makes no sense. My back is hurting is what I'm trying to tell you. But the Colonel Drake, I think, I get dilapidated buildings if they're too far gone and they're a structural, you know, they're a hazard and they're going to hurt somebody, or they're falling apart and people walking by getting hit with bricks. I get that. But if the Colonel Drake was one of those buildings, I think should have been saved. And I don't know the backstory behind it. If it was too far gone, how bad it was inside. I remember as a kid driving by, and you went in too, we had dinner in there. You went in and you took a left. Either was the bar or the restaurant was on your left. The right, I do not remember. If I go back in my brain, I do not remember it was on the right side. But there was a stairwell there, and there was a cigarette machine underneath the stairwell. Don't ask me why I know that. I just do. But yeah, on the left, there was the restaurant or the bar. But like I said, as a kid, I remember my parents driving by that building. And that was one of the buildings I really, if I was on the board or had Thurston Howell money, would have tried to save. You know, I mean, I'm not complaining about, you know, CVS being there. Well, you know, how many drugstores do you need in a small town? 10? Maybe. Coke truck. Ooh, that's close. Think about back in the day. Totally different view from today. That's nuts. Be sure to check out my social media and check out my merchandise store in the link below. I'm off to do tomorrow's vlog. So if you see, well, if you see me wearing the same clothes, I didn't sleep in them. You know what I mean? I'm just got this, you know, I just wore the same clothes in 2 vlogs in a row because back-to-back vlogs, I'm not gonna go home and change. It's ridiculous. But I'll see you tomorrow. And actually my location is pretty close to where I just was. Yeah, trying to get ahead of myself. I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully you have a good rest of your day.